Okay, we should be live. Let's see what's going on here. Refresh my screen. See what my live is. There it is. You can paste the link into the other stream. I need to mute that so I don't have feedback. So now I can see everybody's. I can see everybody's chat coming in. Oh, cover Algold. I will cover Algold. I got ASM right now just as a basic chart for now. I've been charting it. So here you can see the channel I got charged out for ASM. This is on a 30-minute. Let's go to the one. Let's see. Let's go to 1 day. What a mess. I've been charting this out since it took off, and it's been following this channel fairly close. It gets out, comes back in, falls out of the bottom, comes back up, falls out of the top, comes back in. I'm not going to go in depth on ASM at this moment. I'm just showing you this channel that I've been following and making my calls off of. So let's get back here to the 30-minute chart. And we'll jump over to Algold, ALGD, whatever you want to call it. Just want to make sure everybody pops over here and checks it out. Your $20 of Algold is screaming. Well, do me a favor. Don't forget to smash the like button. And if you got a place to share it, share it. And if you want to support the channel, you can always leave a super chat. I do have the alerts turned on. You can see the hand up here in the top left-hand corner, just in case somebody want to. Not that you have to. So let me get over here and start covering some of this stuff. So I know some of you guys are, all you care about is my coin, me. No, just kidding. Oh, see how many viewers we got over here. We got a whole whopping 2 viewers. Yeah, we're rocking now. Feel like a rich man. 2 whole viewers. I dyed my hair. I don't dye my hair. I don't do any of that stuff. I got my hair cut. I gotta go and do that about once a month. Go in there and get all the gray cut off of it so I look good again. I won't ever dye my hair. If it turns solid white, it turns solid white. But okay. I just want to make sure the other gentleman got in here. What was his name? Lunik. So I wanted to explain something. Me and him were chatting. Junic, Junc. What me and him were chatting about earlier, and so I ended up pulling up this box here on the 1 day. And this is what I want to show you guys on Algold. It has done this prior before. You can see where, let me squeeze this up a little bit more. You can see where it's ran up here, come down, went sideways, ran up, come back down. And then it ran all the way up here, spiked out at $1.40. And I'll fatten this up so you can see it better. And it came down again here. Yeah, it ran sideways here about 59 cents to about 68 cents. And it dropped off. It ran into the 40s and 50s right here. And then this last time, or the time before, because this was back in July, and this is back in September, it spiked up, came back down, ran sideways. And here it ran up to 92 cents. Here, this last time, it ran up to 83 cents. So it's getting lower and lower. But here we are again on the daily chart. It's come back down, and it's right at the top of this channel of 60 cents here. See, last time it went lower, this time a little higher. I'm not saying it's not going to go any lower. This could be the stepping stone up to next high, but it's something to consider and look at. So I pulled this little channel here, and he's like, why don't you go ahead and buy it now? And I said, why not wait for the confirmation, and why not wait for it to go? I'd rather buy it going up into 62 cents than buy it now and have it come down here into the low 50s. And he said it didn't make sense to him. No, Nick's not hiding. Nick's at work. I was kind of putting this off longer and longer, waiting for him to get off work, but I figured I'd go ahead and do this now. So what I'm looking for is the confirmation of all the signals give me a signal that's going upward. I mean, for the daily, you're at the 50% mark on the RSI, which is not oversold or undersold. It's just about a happy medium. So let's drop into the 3-hour mark on this. And even on the 3-hour, the RSI is still coming down on this. And what I mean by confirmation is I would like to see this RSI start tightening up on the top and the bottom here, and this right here to start curling. Even though down here it says it's way oversold and it's bouncing off the bottom, it still hasn't showed an upward trend yet. So let's go to the 1 hour on all gold, and you can see it is just flattening out on the 60 here. The Bollinger Band is tightening up, coming up, pushing up on the 60 here, but we still have the EMA or the moving average inside the Bollinger Band up here. And eventually these two will start squeezing, and it's either going to push through this and get on top of that Bollinger Band, like up here, and start riding it, and then start pushing the top, or it's going to get rejected and break through the bottom side and get into this channel here and start coming down into the 50s. So right now, if you were to jump into this and just go balls to the wall into all gold and it goes up, you got a lucky gamble. I call this a gamble. This is not a guarantee it's going to go up. I mean, it's not a guarantee it's going to go down either. But I would rather have that confirmation of this starting to curl. And that's what I was trying to explain to Junik, is I would rather buy this at 62, 63 cents with a confirmation of it going up instead of buying it at 60 cents, knowing it's still pushing downward. And so to get that confirmation, I would rather pay a couple cents more, because we all know it's going to go back up to 80, 90 cents to $1 area. I'm not going to say it's going to go to $1, but we know it's going to go back up to at least 80 cents or more. So what's 2 cents going upward, knowing it's going to continue going up, versus buying it now and having it drop into the 56, 54 area? I mean, I would rather get a drop and get a confirmation somewhere in here, or get a confirmation at 62, 61, 62 here. That's just my opinion. I've been trading for a long time, and I've got friends who are, big in trading, and a lot of people, big time money traders. So he asked me, he says, well, the big investors would do this. And I'm like, no, big investors with millions of dollars wait for that confirmation, because they're not going to risk having $1 million drop down and only be worth 700,000. They're going to make sure they got a confirmation. They'd rather lose the opportunity of buying this at 60 and pay 62, 63 cents, knowing it's going up. They want that guarantee. So I'm not speculating on how they do it. That's pretty much how they do it. They don't risk their money. They do, but they risk it with what they call risk liability tolerance, knowing that the market is on its way up. Wow, my screens are flashing. I wonder. No, I'm not overdriving this. I got a new CPU cooler and stuff in here, so hopefully I'm not going to kill my computer while we're streaming. But Let me kill the other YouTube channel. There we go. I can pause this one here and still see chat. So that's just my thought on All Gold. We'll drop this into the 30-minute channel. And even on the 30 minutes, it's still, here it came down, it did a little hop, and it's still pushing down. Same way in the 15. You see it's flattened out. It's still got that little curl right here. So I prefer to watch, when I'm looking at my Bollinger Band, I prefer the 30-minute or the 1 hour. It seems to be a little more accurate for me, especially with these buy sell signals. The 1 hour is probably my most accurate on the buy sells. I mean, even though you see this right here, but for the longer term, it's actually been more accurate. Let me check out what's on chat here. And you guys are just typing away. Yeah, I mean, it's got room to fall. I mean, you see before, it's been at the 40s. So I'm not saying it's going to go back to the 40s, but I'm just saying this channel is where you want to watch. And this channel ranges from 0.5, 59 cents, 39 to this one here at 51.95. So it's not a big channel. It's only about 8 cents. And about an 8-cent channel right here. But I mean, if you're only putting in $50, $60, $70, I mean, you can always average buy on the way down. Or, if you're somebody who's putting in 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, I would wait for that confirmation. And that's why I said, I'd rather wait on the confirmation, because if I'm going to drop 500 or 1,000 bucks in here, I want to make sure it's on its way up. Because what I want to do is I want to ride it up, get it up here around 70, 72 cents, and get out. That's just me, because I'm in and out for the short gain, not the long-term hold. If you're in it for the long-term hold, then you can average buy $50 on your way down, and then make your big purchase down here when you get the confirmation going up. So there's a lot of different ways you can trade, and that's, depends on how people do their trading or how they do their buying. It depends on how they want to do it. And I mean, so if you want to average in, average it. If you're waiting for that one big pop, wait for the confirmation. So there's Algold. We'll get over here to ASM. I'll cover ASM real quick. I've been charting the crap out of this. My opinion on ASM right now is it's going to go down. Just my opinion. I'm hoping it goes down, because I'll share with you guys here. Let's get here to the 15-minute. I was up to about 1 o'clock this morning last night, and I had sold on a lot of this right here. My whole bag, by the time we got to the top up here, I had this little doorbell at 22.50, because it gives me alert. It rings a doorbell on my computer. I had sold my whole bag out by then. So my whole bag was in cash. And last night to about 1 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting here charting this, trying to figure out how low I think it would go and set my buy-in. Well, here's the bottom right here. And I think this 1821 was pretty close. It might have been 1825, but it hit in the 1820s. And I had calculated that I thought it was going to come down here and hit the bottom of this channel down here at about 1792-ish area, 1790 area. So I calculated in up to 30 points on the spread. And I'll show you what I mean by the spread. There's a spread on Coinbase. So to me, if it's going to hit 1730 or 1790, and I put 30 points on there, to me it should hit 1820. So I set my buy-in at 1820, and it came to 1823. So I did not get my 12,000 coin profit in buyback into ASM. I woke up this morning still holding cash in my hand as it was up here, going mad and upset. And I did one of the dumbest things that I say I shouldn't do, and I know better, is I woke up, sat down with my coffee, and before I took a sip, I looked at it and was like, oh my God, it's going up. It's going to leave me. It's at the top of the channel. And what did I do? I bought. And then after about having coffee and about an hour sitting there, I wait for it to go back up, and I sold it back off. And I thought, man, that was stupid. Because I know better. Never buy when you first wake up. Wait 45 minutes to an hour, have your coffee, get a clear brain on where the market's going, and just don't buy stupid because it'll wreck you. Well, that cost me about $80 of my money by buying in and getting out. But I'm fine with it. I'll sit and wait for it to do this thing. And here's my line of thinking. Today's Saturday. We had a big run up on Friday. It pulled back Friday night into Saturday morning. This is the end of Q3. So in my mind and in my opinion on how I remember charts going through the years of doing this, Q3 weekend is usually fairly quiet. So what I mean by quiet is you're going to get a lot of coins that are going to run sideways. Some that are just going to drift like ASM is right now. They're slowly drifting down. So I set my buy back up here. So my buy is set back up over here where this other doorbell is in the 18th. And it's just, from what I'm seeing on the charts, I mean, the moving average on the Bollinger Band and the Bollinger Bands are all going sideways here. And so go here to the 30-minute. You can see it's got a little curl starting to come down. I got a sell signal right here. So on my 1 hour chart on ASM, you can see the bottom of my Bollinger Band is down below my doorbell. As this tightens up, if this doesn't break below this moving average in the Bollinger Band, so that's what I typed in chat earlier, is ASM was bouncing off the moving average inside the Bollinger Band. It just keeps bouncing off the top of it. And what I'm waiting for is it to go under it, come back up, retest it, and try to work its way down, hopefully into my buy zone. But as hours go on, this Bollinger Band is going to tighten up. And once that moves up past this here, I might have to move my buy-in up a little bit. Maybe as high as 1896. So I'm just waiting for the confirmations, hoping that I'll get an hour close underneath this line here, and we'll get a small dump on ASM. I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, but that's what I want it to happen. That's what I'm watching to happen. As in the RSI down here, we are in the middle, right there at 50%. So it could easily just curl, pop right back up, come right back up here, get back up to 2150 into the 2250 area. So as you see, it's coming down now. We got 37.5 minutes left on the candle. I don't count wicks, I count candle closings. So we'll have to see where it closes in the next half hour, or if it's just going to be another wick. So that's where I'm at with ASM. You want Chainlink? Okay, Chainlink. There's Chainlink. I did channel this out. Chainlink is running a channel. And it's a pretty nice channel. I've been waiting for it to fall out of it so I can get into it. Here, let's just go to the 3 hour. So back here, Monday, September 11th, Chainlink decided to start making a move upward. And that's where it's been going. And it's getting steeper and steeper. So from this point right about here, I'll show you, it has not touched the bottom. So since Tuesday, September 26th, it has refused to come back to the bottom of the channel. It's been pushing the top. There's 1, 2, 3 touches there to the top. So I'm waiting to see it get a rejection, and hopefully we'll get a bottom down here. So I have that marked about 7.92 for a possible rejection into here. But you have to see, you never know. I mean, sometimes these coins will get enough buyers in it, it'll pop out of that channel and it'll go parabolic, and it'll go sideways and come back into the channel. These long-term channels have a tendency of being like a magnet. They'll jump out, they'll come back to it. They might jump out of the bottom, but as it's going up, it's going to keep coming back to it, going up. And eventually it will create another channel, but for a good long term, they'll usually follow them like a magnet. Yeah, I would say Link is a good long term hold. Let's go to the daily chart here. You can see how the patterns are on the daily here. Weekly. There you go. There's a weekly. There's a big boom. Spread that so you guys can see it better. So Chainlink, you are just on the weekly. This thing is just going sideways, pretty much sideways since May of 2022. This is a sideways channel. So on the weekly, oh, don't do that. Got a little curl up here. So yeah, you get more of a curl up, get pointing up on the weekly, a couple more weeks, get that weekly pointing up a lot more, then you can see this thing blow up. I'll do here. There we go. Get rid of some of those marks. There we go. So all-time high on this is $52.53 on Coinbase chart. Binance might show different, and my Roomba decided to want to come in here and vacuum while I'm in the middle of the stream. Yeah, Chainlink's got a lot of good things going for it. It's got a lot of potential. It's got a lot of backing. It's just now on Coinbase. So, yeah. Or no, excuse me, that's not VET. VeChain finally got on Coinbase. Link's been on Coinbase. Yeah. Link has got a lot of stuff going on it. If you're not following them, follow them on Twitter. Maybe get in their Discord, see what's going on with all the new stuff. So, a lot of people think Link could be the new Ethereum. The RSI is a little high on the weekly. It's at 59.9, but it could still push up. Like you see here, it's pushed out, created some nice green highs way up. So it could push up more. I could see Chain by the end of the year pushing up into the $10, $11 range. But it's not something I would jump in as a trade. Link would be something I would start slowly accumulating. Start buying a little here or there, take profits when you're doing trading on other coins, put a little bit in Link, go back to trading, make a little profits, put some in Link. Link's one of these coins that you want to put it in and forget about it, because it's going to take some time to get where it's going. 30 minutes. I mean, if you're going to trade Link, it's going to bounce in this channel here. So, and this channel runs approximately 7.93%. So, if you can time it to where you can sell top of the channel, wait for it to come halfway down, a good 3.5% is a good trade. 3.5, 375. So it's a good one to play with. It's a slow play. I wouldn't say it's something you're going to be able to trade and be in and out every couple hours. This is probably going to be, sell here, buy back later that evening or the next day, and possibly miss your trade and watch it go back up and leave you behind. So this is one of those that if you can get by with the fees from Coinbase and get your 2.5% scalp, that would be great. If not, Link would be one just to buy and hold. Any other coins? Hey, Staghart, how you doing? Not seeing anybody else in here. Maker? I've been watching Maker. I've popped to at the same time you type it in. We're on the same lines here, TNX. Maker's a little oversold on the 30-minute right now. Let's go here and check the daily on Maker. Looks a little oversold on daily. Give me a minute here. My bad habits. But it's still pushing upward here. It's been banging on the top of the Bollinger Band. You're a little oversold on the RSI. It did come down this morning a little bit, retest and push back up. And this right here could continue to keep pushing a little bit. I think it's going to have its cool-off periods. Let's go to the 3-hour. Yeah, there's a little cool-off. This morning, when I decided to get back out of ASM and wait for it to cool down, I was looking at this. I almost jumped in right in here at the 1430 area and thought, man, this would be quick 50, $100. So, buy one, let it go up, get back out. But I didn't want to take the chance of being locked into here and ASM make its move. So I elected just to sit in cash again. But on the 3-hour, still a little bit oversold. On the 1-hour, oversold. On the 30-minute, way oversold. Let's go to the daily, oversold. And the weekly, oversold. But you see back here on the weeklies, it's gone way up above before. But to let you guys know about Maker, I mean, I know there's some comments in there. One person, oh, it's a scam. It's going back to 500. I think he was thinking of another coin because it ain't Maker. Maker is every bit of a $5,000-$6,000 coin. I mean, last bull market, this was in May of 21. Maker went as high as $6,404.79. On the weekly, this right here looks like a pretty nice little cup. And I'm keeping an eye on this because I would like to see this cup out, fold back about a quarter of the way, which would bring it back down to about $1,100. So on the weekly, get that down here on 1,100 in about 5-6 weeks, maybe 2 months. Then watch this puppy just poof, like a rubber band. Where do I think it would launch to? Probably somewhere around 23 to about 3,100 in that zone. Matter of fact, let me mark that. This zone right here. That looks fairly close, not quite touching where I want it. Come on, it's a gesture. There we go. Just the bottom here. So that puts us at 2281 and 3093. So yes, well, I will keep that there. That's on the weekly. We'll mark that, save it. So, we're in a nice little cup right here. I'm not complaining about it. It's got nice little moves. And it's starting to make higher highs, lower highs than what back here. I mean, it's almost like a perfect cup on every level right here, from here to here is a good cup. The next level up from the top of this one to that one's a nice cup. And now we're up here at the top where I got marked as a cup. So it's making good, you know, what they call basic moves. So to see Maker continue this little cup right here, let's see, where's my drawing tool? Where'd you go? There's my brush. And it's almost a perfect little cup. Well, trash can, it won't trash. Okay, this is trash. It's been a while since I've had to work with charts for streaming and drawing things out for everybody. Oh, okay. SUI and Psi networks, please. Let me catch up. I got chat over here. It's easier to see. Okay. Yearn. I'll get the Yearn in a little bit. TNX. Stegheart. It's already up there. Like with TRB. SEI. I don't know what SUI is. I don't know if I have it on here. I do have SEI from Coinbase. It's been newly listed. Days. How many days it got listed on? August 23rd or August 15th. So there's not a lot of long term on here. I'd have to go to Binance to get long term. Let's get SEI. Let's go back to daily on this. Sorry about that. Start back and work our way forward. Typical Coinbase line. They started out high, it gets pumped to the roof. How high did it go? Wow. All the way to 99 cents. Almost $1. Welcome to Coinbase. You got caught up in that? I'm sorry. So typical fall down, starting to level out a little bit. That's on the daily. Let's go to the 6 hour. And got 6 hour on there. Let's go to 3 hour. You can start seeing the daily. Well, not daily, but you see it roller coaster and it's starting to turn up a little bit here. Let me add the 6 hour on here if it'll let me. Seconds. I don't want seconds. I don't use you. I'm using the free chart here and it's not working the way I want it to. There we go. So I want hours. I'm going to add 6 hours. What will that mean? No, it says you must pay. I'm already paying for it once on the live stream. I'm not paying for it a second time. So it ain't gonna let me do 6 hours on this one. So on the 3 hour, we got to buy here, sell there. I mean, it's looking upward. There's a little flatten out curl here. You're in the middle of the RSI. RSI is starting to come down. Volume's a little low, but let's see. Go to the 1 hour. The SEI depends if you're looking long term or short term. I mean, it's starting to make a little curl. Everything's on top up here. The moving average in the Bollinger Band, but keeps hitting the top of the Bollinger Band. It's not blowing out. On the 1 hour, this down here was a buy signal. So, I mean, I'm not here to give financial advice, just what I think, what I'm seeing on the charts. It's tightening up. Usually when that Bollinger Band starts tightening up, like this right here, you'll see it start tightening up, and then you'll see it open up. So it's possible we could see a little bouncing up and down here sideways in between 1190 and 1204. And if this tightens up a little more and curls up, you could probably see another push up, probably into 1240 up here to 1291. I mean, it's got its spikes. Let me turn that off. That gets a little noisy sometimes. Let's turn that off. I have not been really charting SEI. I know Nick has been playing with it. Where are we at for bottom here? So you're just barely off the bottom here. Came back, almost retested this area. And it's trying to work its way back up. I mean, it's possible it could come back and retest the 1150 area, 1156, 1155 area. It's just the Bollinger Band is just so wide open and it's closing up. And usually when it closes up, I like to see it run sideways a little bit and then it'll pop off and move. So SEI is still fairly new coin. It's on Coinbase. Yeah, I think SEI. I mean, what we're looking for, what I look for in a Coinbase coin, is we get these big pumps, and they will come down like this and crash, and then they'll run a bottom for a while. And what you want to watch for on this bottom is this to start curling back up. So when you start seeing it curl back up off this bottom, is usually when you want to get involved, because then it'll start spiking up, come down, and do this, and kind of create a big giant bowl. And usually does it on the daily candles. So if I go to the daily, there's not a lot of time frame to work on the daily. I'll get rid of that. So if I shorten this down and look on the daily, I just think we could use a little more time on it. I mean, it's flattening out, but on the daily, we need this to tighten up a little more. And it's still banging on the bottom of the Bollinger Band moving average, and it has been since September 18th on Monday. Today's Saturday the 30th. So it's been banging the bottom of that Bollinger Band moving average. So until it can break that on the daily, and I mean it's kind of starting to flatten out, but the last thing I'd want to see is a big drop back down, and that would kind of invalidate this curve. And if it drops down into the 1130, 1120 areas, then you're going to look at it going sideways for a while. So kind of hard to call right now. New coin, new market. Coinbase, I think, is the only one that has SEI at the moment. So let's see if it gets listed on Binance and Huobi Coin and some other places. That will help the volume more. That would probably get the big spike going. So everybody's piling in here and asking now. TNX, Yearn. You asked about Yearn. Oh, can I get any more coins added on here? Oh, I gotta go to crypto. Coinbase. And to kind of let you guys know, I don't just do every coin Binance and everything else. I primarily just try to cover Coinbase stuff because we are in America here, UK stuff. I can try doing other stuff at a later date. I'm just not in a position now to pay for a second trading view. So I'm going to get limited on what coins I can put in here before it tells me I need an update or upgrade. I'm already paying for one version of TradingView on the stream. And before TradingView made a bunch of changes, I used to be able to use TradingView on both computers. Now they limit that. I can only log into TradingView on one computer at a time. So I had to make a free version under a new email so I could get it on this computer. So I'm working on the free version right now. Yearn. Oh my God, look at that weekly. I have not ever charted Yearn, never bought it. But I'll do my best for ETNX. The almighty Yearn. The high on it was 95,826, higher than Bitcoin has ever been. So you think isn't there only like 10,000 Yearn coins, or is it 100,000? It's a low amount. So I know there's a low amount, so that's the reason it's up so high. Boy, could you imagine buying it up in here, 38,000 into the 25,000 range, and it pull this crap, be stuck in it at $6,100. Man, sweating bullets. So on our weekly, TNX weekly is definitely pointing downward. It's way, I mean, I would say it's way oversold, but it's oversold on the RSI. We're about 37.38%. Yeah, I could use a little pump up. It is banging out the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Let's see what our daily shows. Pretty much kind of the same thing. Starting to level out, still coming down a little bit. Still banging the bottom, testing the top here. But you can see right here, it's been following the bottom of that Bollinger Band. Squeezed tight right here. Got up over it, fell back down. So let me just go through my hours and my days, and I'll give you my advice, my thoughts on where I think it could go in the short term. So this is looking good. I mean, short term wise, this is definitely, poking his nose upward. Not looking too awfully bad. That's on the 3-hour chart. Bollinger Band at the bottom here pushing up. So on the 3-hour chart, maybe jump from 52.6 to 53.5 if it bounces off the top of this and gets out of it. But it looks like it's, it looks like it could slowly work its way up, maybe come back down. Something about like that right there. It has hit it before here. By just drawing that out, that draws out on a 3-hour chart somewhere around October 4th on Wednesday. Being on a 3-hour chart, bouncing up down. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, could be up around 54. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. Like I said, I've never charted this before. Go to the 1 hour. 1 hour is definitely same thing. See how you get this nice little spike up here, hits the top of that Bollinger Band and wicks right down. Let me turn the UI bot on. See, there's a sell signal right on this candle. There's a buy signal on this one. So the two aren't that far apart. But if you watch the Bollinger Band, you know when it hits up here and starts fluttering a little bit to get out and let it come down. This right here is kind of the confirmation that you did the right thing. So if I'm doing something and I sell prior to this coming up, based on what I see on the Bollinger Band, and then it drops, and the next candle I get the sell signal, I get that kind of sigh of relief, like maybe I did the right thing. Look for the bounce down here on the moving average, which it did right there, but that was a quick spike. Yeah, usually right here, I would be contemplating putting part of my money back in for a bounce, and then try to set a sell to catch right up on this area. that's the way I do some of my trades is, buy a little here, try to sell it off there, capitalize on trading it. Then you can see here, it just bounced out the bottom. You got a buy signal here, and it popped off again. So, and now the Bollinger Band is starting to angle upward here, and that's kind of up, but also starting to curl down a little bit. So it tells me it could push a little higher up and then pull back. On the 1 hour, you are at the 60% level of being oversold, 50% being average, not bad. So there's room to grow. There's room for this to pop up. I could say in the next, if it breaks this Bollinger Band, that it could probably get up around 52.6 to 52.8 on a nice little pop off. I mean, I know you'd like to see it pop out of here and just run straight up to about 53.5. Yeah, TradingView gate. Well, I mean, as far as you're concerned on Yearn TNX, you're a long-term holder on it. So I would hold it because you can see where it hit here and it's been trending upward on the daily. You know what's going to do in the next bull run. I mean, you're not going to lose your $6,000. It's at least going to get back up to the 6,000 to 7,000 range. And if Bitcoin runs into the 120s to 140,000, 120, 140,000, this is where the Bitcoin crash happened right back in here. This was in May 2022. So if we get back to $63,000 Bitcoin, you're looking at a $20,000 Yearn again. So you're looking at that area right there when Bitcoin's back at 63,000, if not higher. So you're in a good spot. I wouldn't say you're in a bad spot. You're not the lowest. It hasn't bottom. Kill that there again. You're at the second lowest bottom. There's this one right here. Change that to horizontal. There's that one there. There's a bottom. Here's an average bottom right here, and you bounce right off that average bottom right there. So I wouldn't complain. So here's your average bottom, and how many times? So you figure 1, 2, third time's a charm. So I think you're in good shape. I wouldn't sweat too many bullets. I mean, it's only $5,000. It's not like you got $100,000 in there that you might have. I don't know. That's definitely one to hang on to. That if you have one Yearn at this price for $5,000, I would definitely hold on to it. I could definitely, the next bull run could be enough to pay your mortgage off. Okay, let's get to chat here. I know I've kind of ignored chat here for a minute. Yeah, Katie, I'm waiting for ASM to jump back in too. I'm only playing with a couple $1,000 in ASM. So I'm waiting for it to get to its lowest low. So we'll see where it goes. Get back over here on the 30-minute chart of ASM. See, there's a 30-minute chart. We were just talking about that, weren't we? Wow. Come on down. Get my buy signal. Holy shit. Excuse my language, but yeah. We were just talking about this. Come here and get my number. Quit teasing me, you dirtbag. Look at that. 1894, 95 area. Tease. Like a hot chick in the bar. Just sit there and tease you. Buy me a drink, but I'm not going to get your price. Well, that'd be sweet to hear that go ding while I'm on the stream here, wouldn't it? Almost oversold. It could come down a touch more and hit my number and be oversold and pop. That would be sweet. So I had to look over here at my other stream. It did take a dive while we're streaming. Holy shit. I couldn't have called that any sooner, could I? Oh, let me. That almost bites it. It come all the way down. Where's a 5 minute on that? That was right at 1894. Come on. So I'd calculate it. It could come down here to 1840. On the 1 hour, was it? Yeah. There's a 1 hour. See, I tell you, I chart off the 1 hour, I watched the 1 hour, the 30 minute, 15 minute, and a 5 minute chart. I watched 5 charts on one coin when I'm buying and selling. And this is what I'm counting on right here on the 1 hour chart. I knew so if it broke this middle EMA and this Bollinger Band, that it could come retest the bottom of this. And that would be at 1860. And actually, this Bollinger Band was down on this blue line, which is 1842. What's the spread? Spread on Coinbase right now on this is at 0.00017. So if I calculate it's going to come down here to this blue line at 1842, you got to add 17 points to it, which would make it 1859. So it's 1860 to this line here. So if it came to this line and hit 1860, add 17 points to it. That'd be 1873 would be your buy-in. I'll bring this over here and show this real quick. This is what I mean by spread right here. This little USD spread. That 0.00015 is where it buys and sells out on you. And so if it's selling, if people are buying it at 1900, they're actually buying it 17 points higher. They're buying it at 1917 with a market buy. And if they're market selling it at 19, they're selling it 17 points below 19. So they're actually getting lower price. So that would be at what? If they're at 19, you sell it for 17, you'd be getting 1883 out of your money on a market buy and a market sell. So there's that spread. And the same thing is if I have my limit buy set at 1900 and it comes at 1900 and hits it, and you're like, why didn't it buy me? Well, if there's a 15-point spread, it only bought people up at 1915, even though the candle hit 19. So I try to calculate that spread into my buy and sells on limit, and I do limit orders, especially when I'm buying a larger amount. And maybe it came down and bounced off my buy because my buy is going to be 108,000 coins. So, I will cover another coin here in just a second. I'm going to kill my camera. This old man's got to run the little boys' room for a second. So I will be right back in like 30 seconds. I apologize. Okay, let me get that camera turned back on so you can see my ugly mug. There we are. And as far as that one person on SEI, what I would suggest on SEI is go to coinmarketcap.com and go look at how many coins are in circulation. They still have a lot of coins that are not in circulation. So that can also make a difference in the adjustment of price later on in time, as they might filter more coins into circulation through time. Go check out their white paper. If you're going to invest into a coin and stay in it for a long term, I always advise go to coinmarketcap.com, maybe subscribe to their Discord, follow them on their Twitter, their Telegram if they have one, and go follow, go read their white paper the best you can. The biggest part of the white paper I read the most is their coinomics. See how they're going to disperse their coins, how often they're going to put them into circulation, or what causes them to be put into circulation. So their economics on their coin will tell you about when the coins will disperse. And that's what you want to really read and pay attention to, because that decides, how you buy and sell. If you're coming into here and you're just buying and selling coins, like throwing darts at a wall, and you're not reading anything, you're not using any charts, you're not charting nothing, you are definitely looking for a way to lose money. And oh, come on, baby, you're 9 points out. Wow, it's hitting my number. It's filling me. I'm 81% filled. Whoop, there we go. I got my ball. Woof. Woo, I'm back into ASM for 108,000 coins. Can't complain about that. Let me fix it. Sorry. Hey, I'm kind of excited. Because I have $2 left and I can't buy with it. Whoop, whoop. I'm back into ASM at 1882. And it could dump more. I'm fine with that too. If it dumps more, I'm looking at it maybe hitting this channel down here, 1824. I'm not willing to gamble my $2,100 that it's going to come down there. I just wanted to be back in it at a good price with a profit. This is starting to curl a little bit. Could we come down here and get it? 1842? Could. I'm not going to count on it. But nice. I did my homework this morning. So we'll see how it does. I don't see it getting much lower than 1839. So lucky devil. No, I'm not lucky. TNX. If I'd been lucky, I'd have caught this buy down here, and I'd have had a 12,000 coin gain. I only made an 8,000 coin gain here. I lost 4,000 coin gain by missing this here. And what really sucked is not only did I miss it here, I could have sold it here. I could have sold some here and bought it back here and had more gain. So I lost opportunity by missing this here. So all day long, I've lost all this opportunity of making more. But being patient, reading my charts, pulling out all the information that I know on how to read charts, got me lucky enough to get this. And I call it luck because it is still luck. What I try to do, the deal with learning how to read charts and to know the coin that you're buying and selling, is you're not removing all the guesswork out of it. You're just narrowing your odds down to make your luck a little luckier. We've been trading ASM for over 2 weeks now down in here. So we've been trading it for a couple weeks. I've done very well on it. I've managed to bring $1,100 and turn it into $2,100. And if it continues climbing this channel, hopefully I'll take this $2,100 and turn it into $4,000. But I got to quit missing these opportunities like I did this morning on stupid moves, because those bite. It hurts you all day long for the rest of your opportunities. But I went gung ho. I wanted to make more, so I sold my whole freaking bag up here. I had what I have eight. I had 82,000 coins up here I sold. So yeah, I'm building it back up. So let me go here and chat again. Let me move. Oh, there's my beep. Beep. Cross the line again. So Katie, if you're asking, this could be a good line to get back in if you want to get back in. I'm not going to say it is, and I ain't going to say it ain't. It's your money. You spend it how you want to. I'm not here doing financial advice. I'm just here reading the charts of what I know and my knowledge of trading. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not a professional stockbroker or anything like that. I'm just some old guy who's been buying and trading stocks before the internet. And once the internet came around and started using charts, I won't say I'm 100% proficient in charts, but I'll tell you this: anybody reading charts and giving you calls and stuff and saying they are financial advisors, a professional financial advisor, they're only right maybe 60 to 70% of the time. And that's all you got to be successful in trading. You only got to be 60 to 70, 75% right. And the people who are 70, maybe 80% right all the time, they got a job at Wall Street making buku bucks. So if you make calls on charts like this and you try to start charting it out before you start playing with it, and if you're only right 40% of the time out of 100%, you're going to lose money. You got to get your line, learn how to draw your lines, learn how to set up your Bollinger Band, which ain't hard. It's just the indicators. You pull your indicators down right here. You type in your RSI, Relative Strength Index. UT bot alerts gives me my buy and sell. And then you can type in Bollinger Band, BOLIN, Bollinger Band right here. And I think that's one I use right there. So, and that's what this right here is. There's your Bollinger Band, there's your RSI, and everything else on here I just drew out. A lot of people will use Fibonacci's, which, I can pull a Fibonacci on this here, try to, and pull at the bottom there and see how it works with my lines. How many of my lines actually hit this? Not any. Where's this at? So pull it here. So, I mean, I kind of use my lines as like a Fibonacci lines right here instead of using Fibonacci, because to me, these numbers, they do mean something, but I've been trading long enough to where I just know that they're going to hit these lines, which I pull these lines off of past, let's see, daily. Back here, I pull them off past daily highs and lows. And I just extend them out. What I'll do is I'll use this horizontal line right here. I'll find a nice spot that I think is going to run, and I'll mark it. Well, here I haven't done it, but so if I went to this line right here, hit it on top of it, and go boom, I just made a horizontal line there. So doing charts is fairly easy. You just got to take the time to do it. You can do it on a notepad. You can do it on a small PC. You don't need a big, powerful PC to do this on. You know, what worries me about this is it's only Saturday. 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, Saturday afternoon. We still got all day Sunday. Hopefully this will bounce off the bottom of this channel. As you can see, I got the bottom of the channel written in red. So bottom channel at this point would be 1815. So hopefully we'll get some upside out of this right here. Somebody else was asking another. Deghart, what coin are you talking about? Swift coin got me too. Swift coin. What is Swift coin? Swift coin, is that's not even on Coinbase, or it's on Uniswap? I don't do PancakeSwap, Uniswap, buying and selling anymore. Too risky. I mean, that's where you make your bigger wins. That's where you also make your bigger losses. It's on Coinbase? Really? What's the call letters for it? FWFT. Yeah, there it is. Is this like a Taylor Swift coin? Okay, let's go to the 1 day. What we got for daily? Holy cow. We got a few spikes. Showing a downturn. Little curl right there, not bad. Get my trend lines here. There's your spike on your peaks right there on your candle wicks. Another one on the candle bodies. Man, I can't get a candle body drawn on this thing. Now come back here. Move this up. I'm not even gonna go to the top one. I'm just going. I mean, it could be starting to break out here. I mean, if you look at it off the lowest wick coin there, it's right there, from the candle body to a wick. If you just go from candle body to the next candle body, next highest candle body, or back there behind us, would be this candle here, where everything's hit, touched, and it broke through, went sideways, came back, retested it. It's going sideways and starting to curl back out. So there's two ways to look at that one on the daily. So let me get rid of that right there. Let's go to the hourly, 3 hours. So you're getting some turn up. You got a big white gap here on the. See how wide this starts opening up and how it's chasing on the Bollinger Band? What you want to see is as this goes up, it's going to come back. And this is nice to see because you got this part here moving up. As long as this keeps coming back and retesting this and going back up, this will bring this up tighter like that. And this right here will keep going up. So what happens, your Bollinger Band will tighten up in here and this part will continue going up. And you want to see this keep bouncing off there. If this breaks through here at any time and pushes back down here, it'll keep this curling that way and make your Bollinger Band open up wider, and this will start curling back down. That makes sense, hopefully? And I suck at removing my coins here. I know there's a quicker way to do it. Removing all this stuff. So I'm just kind of pre-drawing this out for you. So on the 3 hour, this looks good. RSI is not too oversold. Usually, And when it gets in the 68 to 70 range, you expect you'll see it pop out of that or get rejected. You can see it already got a little rejected here and it came down. Your 1 hour. 1 hour is leveled out a little bit. $30 minutes. They're on the top of the Bollinger Band on 30 minutes here. 15. So it looks a lot of sideways here. It looks like sideways on the 1 hour. But as far as a 3 hour, yeah, it's got to tighten up. I'd give it probably another 45 minutes to this ends here. Another 6 to 9 hours to see if this tightens up or if it breaks the moving average inside the Bollinger Band. If it breaks that moving average in the Bollinger Band in the next 6 hours, so if it gets below 1070, if this moves up, probably 1073. If it breaks those areas and gets down to 1060, that'll be the break of the Bollinger Band center, and we can expect it to come down into the 1045 area, maybe a little lower. So keep an eye on those numbers. Hopefully they'll keep going up. As in long-term, daily, you see, you got that little turn right here looking good. This is still flat. On the daily, 1225 is what you want to break. That'll be tomorrow. Today, it would need to break 1234. If you can get a break above this and start, come back and retest this and go back up, you'll break this downward fall here. So not looking too awfully bad. Could be better. Any more questions? No. TNX ASM is not reaming you. You're reaming yourself on it. ASMs is going to be ASM. You're just reaming yourself on the choices of your buy and sells. Bitcoin. You want me to cover? Who wants me? Nobody covers Bitcoin anymore, do they? I don't even have Bitcoin on my list here. Wow. Maybe put it back on here. You want to see everyone else sucks? I suck just as bad as they do. Even though I made some Bitcoin calls on my other charting that's on the other stream, they're not on this chart. I haven't been able to change those chartings. But yeah, I got some pretty strong calls on Bitcoin. Oh, well, there's an uptrend that broke. Wow. This is the weekly too. Oh, I love it when I'm right. I'm sorry. It broke the uptrend right here. That was on August 14th. It broke the uptrend, came to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, went back up, testing the center of the Bollinger Band. It's still in the shit zone. That's why it's yellow. This is a shit zone. Yeah, there's where it came down and hit 15,366. And this golden line, people, is that right? 24,337? To me, that's when the toilet gets flushed. Yeah. If it gets back down here 24,337 and below that, And it'll come down here and try to retest 19,575. And the next test will be 15,357. And you want my true opinion? I still think we could come test. Well, here's my opinion. If you ever look at when we went to 19,000 back here as an all-time high in 2017, 19,620 was the all-time high. And when it dropped and came back down here and hit 3,021, it retested the last all-time high. So in reality, this blew up. What's it, 63? Was it 68,000? 68,564 area. And it came back down here and it retested 19,000. It did. That's the retest point. And a lot of us still think it's either going to come back and retest 19, or it could retest this high here around 13,700 to 12,000. It's already retested the 19. It did get down to what, 17,000? So it did break the 19 barrier. I mean, the Bollinger Band pretty much double bottomed right here. This is getting rejected. You know, I told everybody, back in May, June, July, that they needed to wait till the end of August to the middle part of September. We're past that point. So here's May area. It bounced off that, came up. Here we are in July, August. We broke through. I mean, theoretically, I'd like to see it bounce off of this here and go up. That would have been perfect in my area of calling, saying that we should be back in a bull market. Let me tone this down a little bit in color. Screen off a little bit more. There we go. Now we can see through it better. So that's the weekly. Let's go to the daily. We're showing a nice little uptrend on the daily. You can see the downtrend there, the explosion going down. That's an explosion going up. Market maker took it out, ran it sideways, took it back down, liquidated all those people. We covered all the candles here. We covered 2/3 of it. And it's slowly taking it back up. So this has all been recovered. Still have this down here. It hasn't been recovered, so I'm pretty sure there's some equity in here. That ranges from about 23.9 to about 20,773. And if I remember right, there's probably around $1 billion in Bitcoin equity down here that market makers should probably come after before you go anything higher. RSI is 3/4 of the way up. I have room to come down, not kill RSI. I mean, right now we're slowly trending just a slight bit upward. Market here, market there. Where did it hit back here? There's a top there. There's a little top there. There's an area there. I mean, I wasn't even watching when I pulled this. When I pulled this right here, what I did is I went from this point here to this line here. Then I just extended as far as my thing will let me. And then I just go like this, touch my lines, let go. See, this could come up a little bit right here. Readjust that just a touch more. So I'm watching right here. I'm not even paying attention to this back here. And then what I'll do is I'll come back here and look. And where did it bring us? Cross that line, cross there, right across the top here. So, I mean, everything just kind of has this projected line that follows. So this is on a daily. I will leave this here. Keep an eye on this. I will mark this in purple. Yeah, that's hard to see. How about pink? That's even harder to see. How about dark green? There we go. Make it 2 points. There, it's bigger. So what I'll do is leave that there and see if Bitcoin breaks this. So this point right here is 26,073. So now we got a little pie wedge here that needs to play out and move upward and try to break back up here to get bullish. If we break this, we can see, turn bearish, come back down here to 23,000 area. I mean, that's the daily. I mean, I'm not trading it on the hour or 3 hours, so to me, those don't make that big of a difference because we all know Bitcoin can make a pretty quick move in a couple hours up or down. So volume's low. It's a low weekend. It's going to be a low volume weekend because, like I said, this is the last weekend of the month, the last weekend of the weekly chart, the last weekend of the third quarter. Monday is fourth quarter beginning. So here's the thing that you don't have to look at on Sunday here. Sunday night, you're going to get a new daily chart. You're going to get a new weekly chart, a new monthly chart, and a new quarterly chart. All four of those is all set up to say crash, 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 crash. No volume, no liquidity, nothing moving. Hang on to your shorts Sunday. It's just my opinion. I mean, it could be a pump Sunday. People anticipating going into a strong fourth quarter. But I have a strong feeling being going into the fourth quarter and knowing our economy is not in the best shape. I mean, a 3.5% drop would bring us into 26,078 to test this out for Sunday. And if Bitcoin wanted to get nasty and do, a 10% drop, looking at 24,275 for 10.5% drop. I should have pulled it right at 10. Actually, I won't do 10. I'll just do an 8% drop. Be conservative. 8% drop is 24,883.99. So I'm not saying we're going to drop. I don't think we're really going to pump hard tomorrow. I just don't trust tomorrow being a trading day. Not for Bitcoin. So hopefully that answered your question there, Luke. I mean, I know I'm kind of wishy-washy on Bitcoin, but as far as when it comes to daily and weekly candles or long term, I'm still not bullish yet. I mean, this is still kind of pushing a little downward here. I'm just not in the bullish term for Bitcoin at the moment. I still think we have a retest down here in the 22 area. So until we get a retest and get a sharp bounce out of here, then I'll be bullish. So that help everybody out? All your questions answered? Is there anybody still here? Did everybody leave and say, this guy's nuts? Oh, I don't even know how long I've been streaming here. Well, it says I've been streaming 84 minutes, an hour and a half. Holy shit. I will cover this part. I'll try to cover this. This is AVT. I'll do this one for Mel. I know she's not here. Mel has been AVT's been a horrific downtrend here on the daily. Oh, that's a weekly. Let's go daily. I'm gonna shoot this vacuum cleaner over here. Oh, just hit the home button. Send that stupid thing home. Drive me crazy. Well, when Mel told me she was in it, and I started looking at the chart, and she'd asked me what I thought, and it's like, oh Mel, oh Mel. I mean, I can see her averaging in because it's going down, and she's doing the right thing. She's averaging in, a little here, a little there, accumulating. But man, I mean, this is rock bottom here. It's too close to just rock bottom where it's been. That is since the inception of Coinbase there. Yeah, dinosaur day. That was March of 2022. I mean, I did the best I can to try to help her out. But man, and they got on the spikes. Boom, 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 boom. It's like somebody shooting bullets. And if you look at these spikes and you draw a line across them, like this one here, 1 point. So those line up there. And if you go to the next lower set of spikes, line them up to the green. There's that spike there. Wow. And we come here and try to draw this up from here. It's kind of just a horrific wedge. I mean, you'd think this thing is going to eventually blow out of this wedge and go up. But man, those wicks. I mean, those are quick buys and sells. So let's get out of the daily, go to the 3 hour, see how it looks on the 3 hour. But sometimes after you draw it all on the daily, the hour, see how it doesn't line up very good? That one touches there. This is dead bottom down here. I mean, double bottom here and bounce, and it hasn't been back, and it's moving back up off there. I mean, for AVT's sake, I'd like to hope 71 is the bottom. Hopefully it starts curling up. I mean, because I can see a little curl there, and a little curl here, but it's starting to curl off like a little. I mean, if you kind of look at this, it's almost like a little miniature cup right here. Same way down here, with a little handle right here. But that handle is kind of crappy looking. I mean, I don't know how many coins are in circulation. I don't know how many coins are left to be put in circulation. I mean, if I did that research, I could tell you if I thought this was going to really take off. And these spikes tell me that there's a whale on here who's controlling these right here. I mean, because those are hefty spikes down here, even on the RSI, and you can see it. I mean, it's like San Francisco, 1946. Yeah, there's an earthquake that day. There's an earthquake there. Oh, look at this. This only at 4.3, and this one was at 2.7. Oh, 1.4 earthquake. So, I mean, I want to be hopeful and say this is looking good, but the only way to say this is going to be looking good is when this thing turns around and the candle bodies start breaking, this line here that's starting from this point here at 91 cents to where in This is October. So we're going to the 1st of October, and let's call this October 15th, the middle of the month. So between 91 cents and 86 cents to October 15th. AVT is going to break that. I don't want to say that time period. I'm just saying there's your line coming down that needs to get back above and break. It needs to get back above 85, 86 cents and start making moves upward to see this recover, which would be kind of like your typical Coinbase recovery. I hate to say it. Boom, boom, boom. Come to the bottom. Go sideways a little bit. Start curling back up. Bull market, here we come. $3.50 again. I mean, that's all I can say. You know, they're doing work. They just made a partner at Heathrow Airlines. I did remember looking that up for her. They got a couple more partnerships. So Aventus is going places. They do have partners. So they're still an active corporation, still building. I think it's just going to take time for it to take note and catch that bull market and get back to its $1.50 to $2 range that she accustomed to back here. I think we're playing with it $1.29 to $1.44. This is when we were trading at TNX, playing with it a year ago. Oh no, it'd be back here, which is still $1.48 to $1.34 back in this area a year ago. We were all playing with it, and it popped off and it came down and been going down since. So I still think, like I said, I think it could do a typical Coinbase move. Come down here, start weighing back up. Not saying in that order, but something like that. So, get that off of there. This being said, I think I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go back and check ASM out real quick and see if it recovered off of my buy. Well, there's my hourly chop off, recovered, but all the way back up here, retested it on the hour and back down. Let's go to the 30-minute. Back down here at the bottom. Gotta bounce off that a few times, get back up. Yeah, that was lucky. I will have to admit, that was lucky. It barely pierced that point and pulled it right back off of it and right back into the Bollinger Band. Wow. I better go buy me a lottery ticket today, because I sure the hell ain't gonna make any money off of YouTube. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I got everything covered for you. Not a problem, Stacker. I don't usually do them too often, but I got a shower yesterday. My hair looks halfway decent. I feel all right. So some days I never get dressed. I'm sitting here in my pajamas. My hair is a mess. I sit here and drink coffee and watch these charts all day long. I ain't got nothing else better to do. I got disabled and injured almost 2 years ago. So this is all I got to do. Besides this, and spend some time with the wife. So appreciate you guys coming by. Please support the other channel. The live stream runs 24/7, 7 days a week, round the clock, has music. So please go hang out the other channel. I do chit chat in there a lot with other guys when I'm sitting here. Give my opinion. Nothing is ever financial advice. Do your own research. Make sure you do get your own charts. I believe there's a link to TradingView. You get the TradingView charts. Use my link in the live stream under the descriptions. It helps out the stream. If you decide to pay for it, I get a little bitty commission credit that helps pay for the TradingView on that stream. They don't give me no money, but they give me credit towards my monthly fee. So, but you don't have to pay for TradingView. You can get the free version. That's what I'm using right here. You can use the same everything I'm using. There's some things are limited, what you can and can't do. But for the average trader, this is right here. It's doing enough for me to make calls. It should be enough for you to be able to follow along and see how I make these calls and do this. I know I've been saying I'm going to do some videos showing how to do these charts. I'd love to do them. I'm going to get around to doing them. I just know in the back of my mind I'm going to get ridiculed by people who are more experienced and more in depth than I am. But I'm not into it to be the most experienced person in the world to make the greatest calls in the world. I just want to be able to follow what coin I want to follow and make calls good enough to scalp crypto coins I want to scalp. Period. And scalping is very risky. And I'll tell it to anybody. And here's the other thing. Don't ever put money in crypto that you need for your freaking bills, because you're going to find yourself homeless if you keep putting your bill money in here. Trust me. I've seen too many people come in and out of our chat putting their bill money in, gambling that's going to go up before the first of the month so they can pay their rent. And after a couple months of them doing that, you don't see them no more. Probably because they have no electricity. Probably because they're living under a bridge somewhere. Do not put your bill money in crypto. Only put in here what you can afford to lose. It's your fun money. You want to put money in crypto? Quit drinking beer, quit smoking your weed, take that money and put it in crypto. Do not use your bill money. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. You tell me in my chat you're using your bill money to buy crypto, everybody in there is going to be rolling their eyes going, oh, we got another idiot in here. So just be cautious. That's all I can say. You guys have a